You know, weight room's pretty sparse right now. We cleared out the whole weight room about a month ago. Put a new floor down, real excited about it. So it's funny, but how things work. You know, we thought of the squat racks and the power racks and all the machines are getting all the different dumbbells, but the floor has been a really neat little deal for us. You know, and it should be. Our guys are training on this every day. We're jumping on it, lifting on it, sprinting on it, doing lateral movement on it. So, you know, it should be a pretty forgiving surface, and it is. Our guys really have felt better training on this floor, so we're excited about that. Within the floor, if you look, there's 24 platforms that are inlaid into the ground. What that allows you to do, it designates the space for our guys to do their quick lifts, so their power cleans, their snatches, their jerks, all those lifts. And it says, hey, stay out of the way, I'm over here doing this lift, and the bar's moving at a high rate, so it designates an area. It also allows us, when we clear off the top of those platforms, to move the benches out, move the weights off, and we can have 4 running lanes with about 22 yards. So we can do warm-ups on them, plyos on them, move hurdles over top of them, jump over those. And the floor is grippy enough where you can actually do some lateral movement, some shuffle drills, some planning. So that's been really key for us. After that, we received our power blocks, and these are a dumbbell, but it goes from, you know, all the way from 35 pounds, really from 12 pounds, if you just use the handle, get all the way up to 175 if you hook it up, you know, right at the bottom here, which is pretty darn neat. So for our guys, you know, they can get in and out of there pretty quick, you know, and pick up a decent amount of weight, or, you know, work on some ancillary movements like side raise and different shoulder work, all with the same dumbbell. So there's 2 on each station. There's 24 stations, so we can be a little bit more efficient here. Guys aren't waiting for the same weight. They can change in and out. The skill guys can be over there training. The linemen can be here. The combo guys in the middle, all doing different work with the same input. So that's what we have right now. As we're moving ahead, we can go over here and look at some of the renderings we have for the weight room. This all being installed May 1st. So what this allows us to do, we have 5 straight coaches now, and it allows us so we can train small groups of about 15 to 25 and spread them out and use each piece of equipment for a different drill, okay, if we want. So 2 guys can use these 2 drills and set them up in a certain way where we can, you know, we call them superset. We can do maybe a bench press here, a pull-up here, use the rings in the middle. So when we get in season, when guys' time are limited by NCAA rules and regulations, we can move a little faster. We can get more bang for a buck within the hour. We can get more done than what we have been able to do without this equipment. Also, you can train the whole team. We don't like to do that, but it does add a little intensity. And sometimes, like in the summertime, they want to do maybe a team lift, build some team chemistry, get the guys going, you know, do a similar exercise, use all the stations and have, you know, 100 players in here. And obviously, we'd have to make those, you know, pretty basic exercises like shrugs and different push-ups and use the rings a little bit for that, but we can have a team atmosphere in here all together. So that's going to be a really nice for us. The key is for our players to understand that they're getting the very best from Penn State. So we're saying, hey guys, this is going to be the best weight room in the whole country. So with that, there comes a huge responsibility to our players. You know, guys, you guys got to come in every day, get great nutrition, get great rest, come ready to be intense, and do it all the time. Because, you know, the expectation's really high right now, because we're doing everything we're saying we're doing. So we're excited about that, and our players are really jacked up too. Shows a high level of commitment for them. Do you have any questions about the facility going forward, how it's all shaping up?
Why do you think this is the best weight facility in the country? Can you give examples of why here as opposed to somewhere else?
Well, I would say this gives us the best chance of training in bigger groups with really specified equipment. So basically, you could turn each of these machines into whatever you want it to be. It's totally, you know, versatile. So if I got a player who's a senior who is a skill guy, he may be doing a totally different workout than a lineman right next to him. So I can change this whole station up just for him. So that's what makes it best. And the gauge of equipment is excellent. So it's first rate, it's heavy duty equipment for heavy duty lifting.
So a lot of the schools don't have that kind of...
No, a lot of schools don't have the versatility that we have. They don't have the space we have too to have this. So it's, you know, I would say the most efficient room in the country in that, you know, everything is interchangeable. This can be used for 10 different exercises, where a machine you can only use it for maybe 1 or 2 drills.
Is the reason behind having to wait till May 1st, is this stuff all custom made specifically for you, and where is it being made?
It's being made by Sornex, and they've done, they've done University of Auburn just recently. And that was their last weight room they just did. I think University of California. They just finished those guys up, UCLA. And so for us, it's been kind of neat because we've looked at those weight rooms and said, what do we like and what do we want to improve upon. So we're the latest big weight room they have, and so we feel, we've stolen some ideas. We've kind of taken some ideas and tinkered with them a little bit, so we feel this will be the best model. But yes, it is all custom made, so it's not cookie cut.
How tough is it waiting for that stuff to get here when you're going through spring practice?
It's actually a little bit of a blessing for us. Because all we've had is the barbells right now and the dumbbells, and it's forced us to be really basic, and our players need to learn our system. And so we've taught them from the ground up. I kind of like it to using a wooden tennis racket. If you're going to learn how to play tennis, learn on the basic equipment. And we've done that now. And I think our players are ready for the new stuff. I think this would have been too much too fast for them. And so I'm excited about where we are. We have a few more weeks left without it, and I'm excited about that too. I think we need the time.
What tangible effects have you seen of the weightlifting program so far?
I've seen, tangible. I've seen guys, just put on solid muscle mass. And our athletic trainer Tim Breen and I, looked at the diets, nutrition. It's all one big pie, and we're a small piece of it. There's nutrition, rest, recovery, hydration, but all together, we've seen some good changes in their bodies. So some of the linemen have really changed their shape, and I think as the winter workouts progressed, our football coaches did a lot of just watching while we train the guys during those winter workouts, and they've noticed the most. We've been with the players the most, so it's hard for us to see it, but our football coaches have noticed it the most. They've seen them less frequently than we have.
What are some of the biggest challenges in starting a weight program at Minnesota?
There haven't been any. It's been a lot of fun. We kind of like the idea of being the first ones to teach these lifts to them, the power clean, squat, and bench, and the pull-ups and the carryovers. So I guess the challenge would be just be patient. That would be the biggest challenge, and that was easy for us because the kids are working so hard. They're doing a fantastic job. So for us, it's just, hey, guys, slow down. It's going to come. It's more of a challenge for them to just not rush it, because they hear what other guys at other schools are lifting, and I said, don't worry about those guys. We're going to be strong on the field. It's a slow cook process. We're going to take our time and do it right.
By this point, Craig, you see guys getting more comfortable with the movement themselves, or the community.
I would see other guys correcting each other, which makes us really happy. So in a drill, like a pull or a press, guys are saying, make sure you get your hips through, or make sure you get low enough on the squat, telling each other, which is neat for me. So they're starting to coach each other a little bit. That's the neat thing about it. They don't have to look at us every day and hear the same thing over and over again. Some of the players are taking over and doing a good job with that. So I would say, yeah, they are more comfortable. Absolutely.
For those of us in Philadelphia, could you give us your Philadelphia story? You're a LaSalle High grad?
LaSalle High grad,
You were born and raised in Philly?
I was born and raised in Philly, Northwest section. My claim to fame is I went to school with big Penn State alum Keith Conlon. So anybody who goes to school with Keith mentions that first, and then everything else is kind of, you really don't tell any stories after that, because everybody kind of knows those. But no, I have a good relationship with Keith Conlon. He's one of my good friends, and John Butler is also on our staff. We have a few Philly guys that play here, obviously.
So still family there?
Still, absolutely. Mom and dad still there, brother, and so great place.
In the city or?
In the city, yeah, Northwest section. We're loving State College. Everybody loves it. My family loves it. I have 3 boys, and they're getting along really well, so they're enjoying it.
How does this compare to other places in terms of facility? I mean, I know this isn't done yet, but how does it compare size, that kind of thing?
I would say overall, just the whole football facility, with it being right in the middle of campus and near where our players live and eat, right in the centralized location in campus, and everything being here, the 5 practice fields, academic support in the same building, all the football coaches here, fully accessible for the players, is tremendous. I've never seen it like in my life. The weight room is now going to be right up there with the rest of the whole facility for football as far as location and just as far as a huge upgrade to it. So I think it's going to be by far the best in the country. I can't see another one being better than this. Absolutely.
Who comes up with the ideas for the different things you're doing in here, whether it's the layout of all the stuff, the branding, the sayings up on the walls and stuff? Is that all you, or is that kind of a collaborative
Absolutely.
effort?
I'm not the head football coach here, so I go down to see him and say, Coach, what words do you want up here? And Coach wants, certain words to be pillars of the program. So we thought, what better than put them right on the pillars of the weight room where the guys are laying the foundation every season. So those are his words. but our program works, and just finish, team first, graduate, honesty, integrity. So hard work. And so the guys see those every time they go to a certain side, they're seeing a different word. And, Penn State Nittany Lions football, that's why we're here, And so the kids, every time they look, they see something. And some of the kids had some input. We got an American flag there, and one of our guys, Mike Mowdy, said, Coach, you should put an American flag underneath that pride sign. So the next day we had that one laid up. So he's pretty excited about that. I don't think you can have enough American flags in your weight room, so we'll get 10 more if there's room. But that was his suggestion right there. So.
Hey, Craig, physically, what did you think when you saw the guys here? What did they need to work on the most?
Just depend on each position. I thought with our linemen, we just need to get in there doing the heavy-duty squat, bench, and clean movements. We thought that would, if we just punched the clock with those guys, we put on some solid mass. But our players when we got here were very disciplined, did really worked hard before we got here too. So they were doing a good job. I think this changeover was great for them. I think it was something new. I think they were excited because it was also something old too. A lot of these guys didn't use this in high school, so they really took on that. But I think each position has a different need, absolutely. And some of the older players, it's neat for us because we're still developing those guys. Where if you get to a program and you're in it for 4 years, at the end of the line, you're really peaking out, and then you start thinking about the NFL, doing combine training. But for our older guys, we're really teaching them the ropes too. So everybody's learning.
Craig, why come here? You're at a successful program in South Carolina. Why come here? Just to be close to home?
Well, that's an easy answer for me, just because I thought South Carolina, they did such a good job with the whole program, and I thought, they're doing great. They're going to keep doing great. And I'm proud of what we did there. Steve Spurrier's a great coach. I love working for him. I thought this was a new challenge. I think Billy O'Brien is the perfect guy for it. I think Penn State. I think we're all lucky to be here, but I think Penn State's really lucky to have Coach O'Brien. I think he really took this on and grabbed the other opportunities. He said, I want this one, and he grabbed it. And I said, you know what? I want to get on that too. And getting in at the ground level is really fun, especially with a strength program where you're really starting from scratch. I thought that was pretty neat.
Coach O'Brien singled out Adam Gress a little bit as an example of the strength program. Are there guys that you have seen distinct changes in over the last couple of months?
Well, Gress, I kind of made the joke last night. Hopefully he stays for the season. He may leave for the NFL tomorrow. Just kidding around because he looks like an NFL lineman right now, which is pretty. He's not going anywhere. Don't scare anybody. But I made that in a comment in the team meeting. Everybody got a good laugh because we know he's going to be around here. But he looks great. He's done a good job. But just guys like Jordan Hill have done an excellent job. Every day punching the clock. Mike Mowdy in the training room and in here has done an awesome job. So his body's changed. For the better. So Silas Red, his goal is to always lift as much as a lineman and run faster than the skill guys. So there's a guy that every time he works out, you can feel his energy in here. Extreme passion. So there's a lot of guys that have kind of taken the reins.
Craig, have you followed Penn State much since you got into this line of work and are working down in South Carolina and other places? If so, what was sort of your impressions from watching them in terms of strength and conditioning or anything that you saw on the field?
Well, Penn State's always been a proud football program. I mean, one of the best of all time. So, we kid around about Keith, but one of the big lures here was that I just saw how much pride he had in the program. His family over the years growing up with them. His brother's All-American here. His other brother started here. He started here and was all Big Ten. So, just the opportunity to be here is awesome. They've always been a proud program and always done well on the field. So I thought it was an opportunity for me to jump on in. Absolutely.
Very good.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much.